Alright, and we are back. Excuse me. Sorry, I had a better intro, but then I found out my mic was muted. But hey, at least I found out my mic was muted in the very beginning and not like, just the next couple episodes, because that would just suck. Anyways, so last episode though, we solved a mystery or a murder that was apparently made by this assassin dude here. Not Assassin's Creed, or anything like that. Pretty sloppy guy too. I mean, that's to say. I'm pretty sure assassins are trained to, not leave any traces behind.
Good day, Mr. Holmes.
Anyways, well, this guy's mad because he was sent by Mycroft, to tell us, hey man, yeah, you weren't supposed to solve that crime. And to be honest, I did actually kind of forget that that was an option, but regardless, I think I would have tried to solve it anyways, because that's just me, man. So, okay. I'm just gonna walk out of here. No civil disputes to see here, I hope. Anyway, at least I didn't get my ass kicked. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and continue on with what we were going to. So, my dear Sherlock, as you have no doubt already guessed, I would like to invite you to experience my art exhibition. Not only for the purpose of the contemplation of beauty, but in a more general need of your genius. You will find the gallery at the Caravanserai at the crossroad of Bazaar Road and Hermes Avenue in Old City. Oh, it's your friend Vivi. Alright. So, here we go. You said, let's see. Alright. So, Bazaar Road and Hermes Avenue. Okay. So, Bazaar Road is down here. Hermes Avenue. Bam. Alright. Okay. Alright, good. We got a fast travel place here, so let's go ahead and go. So anyways, so little update, I guess, on my life while we make it here. So I finally started reading a little bit of the first Sherlock Holmes book, and dude, it is pretty good. So it's not bad. I just gotten past the part where Watson and Holmes finally met each other, and you get to learn a little bit more about Holmes. For one thing I didn't expect, but I like, is that you're actually taking the view of Watson, which is great, because then it actually makes the reader feel like, you're actually going on the adventures for the mystery with Holmes. And hey, man, that's pretty cool. I like that. I mean, I thought it was just gonna be like Holmes' first-person view, but now it's Watson, so it makes the side character more relatable to us as we watch the main character go through, the mystery of his thing. Anyways, oh, here we go. So yeah, what was I gonna say, man? So yeah, oh yeah, so I got into the part where they're actually, on their first mystery, identifying the body and, whatever, so. But yeah, so I'm not actually reading it, I'm actually listening to it on Audible, which, I mean, I always prefer reading the damn thing, but, I get more time to read at work than, not at work. So yeah, and the book I got for Sherlock Holmes is a 62-hour book, so, I got a lot of catching up to do, I assume. Oh my god, it's you again!
Mr. Holmes, you came. Oh, how kind. Though now, of course, I realize it is because of my game, not the works on display.
It needn't be one or the other. Your man's disguise was easily debunked, Mr. Vogel, but I shall admit that you planted in me the seed of curiosity.
Ah, terrific. I had no doubt you'd put the pieces together. Let us call it an opening gambit before the real game begins.
So, this little game of yours, what's it about?
An enigma to solve. A locked area in the basement with no windows found brutally vandalized. I have no clue how it was possible.
What about this intrusion? What happened?
Last night, I was about to leave the gallery when I heard a noise downstairs. I went to the basement, but I didn't see anything out of the ordinary.
This is new.
It was admittedly a rudimentary inspection. It is not uncommon to get rats down there, so seeing nothing of note, I left and locked up the building. When I returned this morning, alas, I discovered that part of the exhibition had been torched, and there was no sign of the intruder. The mystery being, of course, that all the doors to the gallery were locked exactly as I left them.
And the door to the basement is the only entrance?
Correct. Tell me you're not intrigued.
Not exactly. Alright.
And this locked area downstairs, what exactly was it?
The under gallery. It's always shut, and I'm the only one with the key.
Ah, so this is your private collection, not part of the gallery.
Oh, no. It's an exclusive exhibition of eccentric pieces. Only a select cadre of artists, investors, and collectors are admitted. Not everyone deserves to have their eyes opened.
Well, this matter is certainly within my wheelhouse.
This intrusion troubles me. Please take a look around if you're willing. The under gallery is through the door at the end.
I will see what I see.
Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay. So, vandalism of the undergallery. Last evening, Vogel heard a noise from the undergallery. He descended the stairs but failed to check thoroughly. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. So, it's obvious this guy missed something. Oh, I wonder if there's like any like real life art. So I'm not that deep into art or anything like that. Not like particularly, you know, paintings and such. So I'm not Yellow Cry Paul Goggin. So please forgive me if I'm like, wow, is that real? Or something like that, you know? Victim Wilhelm Kotarbinsky. Some of these paintings do look pretty damn good, though.
You sure you don't like art, Sherry?
Wow. Alright. Well, hey, you know what? They have penises. Why not bring out the vajayjays, right? Alright.
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
Interesting. That shark's dripping.
A simplistic attempt at provocation.
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
UI Franco room. .9 inches.
The left step's length is shorter than the right. It indicates that the walker was lame. Old, and hasn't been used for a long time.
So, okay, so this indicates that the walker is lame. Okay. Alright, quick study real quick. I need to find out exactly the correct vocabulary for lame. Lame. A shiny fabric woven with metallic thread. Okay, that's not it. Disabled that movement, especially walking, is difficult or impossible. Okay. Alright. So we got a cripple, basically, that we're looking for.
Closed with a metal bolt.
And footprints. Interesting. Or scratches. Magnet filings. Okay.
Footprints. Size 9.5. A true artist never shows an unfinished piece.
Half expected John to be laying in there for a second. A symbol of death.
Sherry, how about some company in that dreary chamber of yours?
Leave my loneliness unbroken, John. A handprint of the thing from another world.
The Dark
Plus, it
Brotherhood!
looks fresh, and its coal origin ruins the effect of the extra mundane.
They know. Looks to have been slightly moved. And very interesting. Alright, so we know for sure that our vandalist must have came from the Chinmi or whatever. But he's also crippled. Okay. So what would that explain this being here for?
Sodden and mold-ridden. One presumes deliberately.
Oh, I do want to go ahead and point out too, that, one cool thing though, is that in the book, Sherlock Holmes actually do know how to... Wow. I've seen that painting before, but it never gets any less disturbing every time I see it. Anyways, that's what I was saying though. Sherlock actually does know how to play the violin. So I thought that's a pretty cool nod, you know, foreshadowing. You know, when Sherlock back at home been like, man, I can play the violin someday. And now he will.
Saturn devouring his son. Oh, grim composition.
That's what.
Unflinching in its ferocity, yet somehow beautiful.
I guess it depends who you ask, but yeah, not for me. But now I know what it is. Saturn devouring his son. So it definitely it's a very good painting though. You know, it's very good because that actually gets me a little
Parasites
uneasy.
of creativity, or just a reflection of the artist's recreational interests.
And here is where the fire took place. The frame is
Oh,
empty.
sheer vandalism. Only an ignorant person could do such a thing.
A cigarette butt.
A Malpow butt. Coal fingerprints. I think we're looking for a man with a coal moustache.
Okay. So we're looking for possibly a lame man who smokes cigarettes. I mean, how ignorant do you have to be to sneak into a museum if you maybe if you're planning on burning something down? We don't know if this is intentional just yet, but if you were planning on burning something down, why would you smoke and leave the evidence behind? That's just pure stupidity right there. All right, as Sherlock goes into the Geralt Witcher pose, I see if we can understand what's going on here. Really? That seems likely considering the scratches left on the door. So maybe we are dealing with a real vandalist. What would you call would you call them a vandalist? That sounds right to me, but I'm not quite sure. Anyways. But let's keep that in mind, I say. I say we keep what's his name, Vogel or something like that in mind. So yeah, this I don't quite understand. This is what kind of is very weird to me. Like, why would he need to hide inside a coffin? Quite mysterious indeed. We should also keep in mind the handprint as well. It does have a black handprint, which he possibly could have gotten from this coal place here. Very interesting. was sneaking downwards. Not likely. I don't know about this one right here, but let's continue to look around. Okay, so here's whether you believe Vogel threw his painting down or the vandalists. Oh, we didn't check over here, damn. Alright, so pretty much here is where you would... Wait a minute, you know what? Hang on a second, I just thought of something. It's the thief, or the vandalist, per se. It's not a thief. Managed to sneak down here. Leave footprints. Why on earth would he either open up the coffin or sneak downward towards the area? That does not make sense. Perhaps he's been here multiple times, but I'm not quite sure. Perhaps there's more than one person? Hey, let's look at the case note real quick. We need to actually think. Coal footprint, let's see. Okay, so this doesn't go together. Okay. Let's see. In A.C. Swinburne's room, we located a coffin with a skeleton inside, which had been slightly moved. On the coffin lid, someone had left a coal handprint. Okay, so that would make sense from where, you know, all the coal and shit is, you know, where that would be. A coal hatch in I.Y. Franco's room was bolted closed. But on the inner side of this door, we found fresh scratches with magnet filings. Inside hatch, someone had left several footprints. A coal footprint trail had been left on the floor in I.Y. Franco's room. The left step is shorter than the right, which indicates lameness. A pile of ashes from burned painting lies on the floor, but one of the frames appears to be empty. Near them were found a Malpaw cigarette butt with coal fingerprints. Okay. I'm starting to think that this case is a little too odd. A little too odd to think that someone actually broke in here. Yeah. The scratchings here, metal filings. Would metal filings be able to open latches from the other sides? And what are metal... Damn it, stupid fucking phone. Metal filings for? Wait, it's just metal filings. No, you bastard. Here we go. As the name suggested, iron filings were traditionally obtained from metalworking operations, such as scrap metal filed off larger iron and steel part. They are often used in science demonstrations to show the direction of a magnetic field. Okay. Okay. Can you open a door with metal filing? Let's see. Can you open a door latch with a metal filing? How do you open a door when the latch is stuck? Where's the door latch? Okay. Yeah, this is just too odd for me. So once again, I'm starting to think that... Hang on, we need to search around a bit more before I come to a conclusion. I mean, I know I could just be like, you know, constantly, what do you call it? I can constantly, like, you know, change everything, try to get everything right. But, you know, we're gonna try to take this legitly. So this is where all the paintings were that were hanging the stuff that burned. Or whatnot. Alright. You know, it's obvious that they got burned here. Now, I want to see where that chimney thing goes. Very interesting. Cause what does this say? Sympathetic German artist, intriguing.
I wish I could show you the gallery under different circumstances, but life is beautiful in its unpredictability, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to think that Vogel could be behind this. It just does not make sense. It just does not make sense. I feel like he's trying to throw me off. So perhaps Vogel used a pair of boots to open. But it just doesn't explain the scratches and the shoe prints in there. Plus, what did Sherlock say? I know that he said those are 9.5. Are those supposed to be different? So that's why I kind of wish like we can go over the all the clues. Yeah, you know, Shirley can just fucking tell me. So if nothing happens, like I'm gonna try to concentrate on this footprint again. But if it doesn't tell me anything, then I am just going to go ahead and fucking guess that Vogel was behind it. So yeah. Alright, fuck it.
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
Alrighty. Hasn't been used. Shovel hasn't been used in a long time either. So I'm thinking that Vogel could have used that. Doesn't explain how the lid was already open. See, another thing is too that I kind of remembered is that, or that kind of understood, is that the paintings, like he just burnt picture frames, right? So what? But those are picture frames. This is very odd to me. Very, very odd to me. But fuck it.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Yeah, at this point I think I stopped trying, to be honest. I like, it's not that I don't care, it's just that it's just too fucking weird to me. I just don't know.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Alright. Probably suggest that maybe. No, because how the hell does that, like, how would he be able to snuck through the, coal mining vents? If the door was left open, right, that means he would have had to exit it, right? But he left a black handprint.
You're not even trying.
It's time to do some, extreme mental powerness, I am going to use the force to understand this thing here. So here we go. Okay. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I figured it out with the power of the internet. Bam! What?
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the hatch bolt. He accidentally pushed a shovel to the floor. Vogel heard the noise. At the sound of his approaching footsteps, the intruder hid inside the coffin. When Vogel entered the basement, he failed to notice anything strange and left without properly checking. The intruder waited until Vogel had left the caravanserai before burning the paintings in Wilde's room. But the vandalism was a cover for the theft.
Right, so most of the painting in Wilde's room has been removed from its hangers. A pile of ashes burned from painting lights on the floor, but one of the frames appears to be empty. Alrighty. The noise was caused by the intruder who entered the basement through the coal chute. Okay, he pretty much just... Okay, so this is pretty much everything that Sherlock just said. So, alright, let's go.
The pieces are not what I expected.
What do you think my collection is about?
That's just a fucking question I did not expect it. Okay. Alright, before we answer this, there's only one question I have for him. Alright, what the hell is decadence? American school studies, people. So, thanks to the learning system. And, not me. Oh, come on. Fuck off. Add! There we go. A process, condition, or a period of deterioration, decline in the morals of art and decay. That's probably what it is.
Dozens of priceless works amassed simply for the sake of it and presented without care. It's not about the art, it's about excess, yes?
I don't know.
Well, that's
Okay.
absurd. Of course you know. It's your gallery.
There is no one answer, no singular truth, but many filtered through the subjective mind. That forgetting, embellishing, lying machine. Besides, what's wrong with a lie if it makes life more interesting?
What's wrong with a lie? It corrupts the ability of others to behave freely and rationally.
Men never
Right.
act freely and rationally anyway. It matters not what is or isn't in the end. The only important thing is how you feel. And I simply want to feel and consume as much as I can. Don't you?
Feelings are simply one's animal ancestry trying to wrest back control of the brain. I try to avoid the distraction.
You try not to feel, even in a place like this? None of it moves you?
To be frank, I struggle to maintain even a whit of interest in art.
But Mr.
Same here.
Holmes, it is joy incarnate, mankind's greatest achievement.
Mankind's highest achievement above all others is objective and rational thought.
I see then why you dislike art, for it means whatever you want it to.
Or perhaps, Mr. Vogel, I was lying.
Aha.
Alright.
Mr. Vogel, I have confirmed that the intruder was an average-sized, flexible Malpal smoker with a limp. As it happens, the vandalism was a cover. The true intent was to steal a painting without your knowledge. The fact is, one of the pieces from the Wild Room is not in the wreckage.
What? That is extraordinary.
This thief was familiar with the gallery and he was sporting a limp. Do any of your clients or artists come to mind?
My. Your attention to detail is remarkable, Mr. Holmes. I should introduce you to Bosch's works. Alas, I'm afraid I cannot suggest a culprit.
The fire was a clever attempt to hide a stolen painting, even if it didn't fool me. I found the remnants of an empty frame in the pile of ashes. The canvas had been removed. Do you know which paintings in the Wild Room may have interested a thief? Were any particularly expensive?
Those pieces belong to a well-known artist named Boniface Mercurio. They're controversial, but not of a notably high value.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the latch and dislodged the shovel while doing so. That's the noise you heard yesterday. When you went downstairs to investigate, he hid in the coffin.
It seems I should have checked the space more thoroughly.
There's something more, is there not? I can see it in your eyes.
Indeed. There is another intriguing angle. I recently received an anonymous offer for one of Mercurio's works. The sum was more than fair, and indeed could have saved Mercurio from his artistic poverty. But he declined it.
Was it a performative whim? Some artists lionize pain and hardship as if their work would be worse after a meal and a hot bath.
I cannot tell. But not only did he refuse the deal, he insisted on displaying the painting in the public space. I was hoping to change his mind, but artists are a special breed of stubborn.
What was depicted in the piece?
A bound woman, wrapped in robes, being penetrated by a red devil that stared at us, the viewer. The beast had numerous tails growing from his back, and a large crowd gathered around the pair, silently watching the orgiastic scene.
Okay, well, given the nature of the other works on display, it's hard to see why that one stood out. What could possibly be its value?
The evaluation of art is very subjective, Mr. Holmes. After all,
True.
art is everything. A poem, a bruise, the beads of sweat on your beloved skin. Even a masterfully solved crime.
I'm not sure I see the connection.
Regardless, the painting was one of a series called The Sabbath Night in Cordona. The works depict sex, violence, and other controversial acts that life, for better or worse, contains.
Ah, I see.
I'm not sure that you do, but that can wait for another time.
So where can I find Boniface Mercurio?
I know he lives somewhere in Old City. To be more specific. He's a prominent figure, so finding him shouldn't be a problem.
Well, I believe I have enough to begin. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. Your gallery certainly has unexpected depths.
I'm delighted to have been able to please a friend. In return, I expect you to come back with good news. Or at least with a good story.
And speaking of which, we are going to go ahead and end the episode here, but you know what? I feel like this is going to be probably the most interesting case thus far. So I'm actually really intrigued by this one at the moment. So like, I think it's because this one kind of did get me. I'm not going to be bullshitting anyone here. Alright, that going down there and like trying to investigate what's going on. It's just, I don't know, man. I have my suspicions with Vogel, but I think maybe that perhaps that's the devs just trying to throw me off my game. Or, you know, anyone's game who played it. Anyways, though, thanks so much for watching. We're going to catch you in the next episode. And, yeah, that's about it. So, later.